If you've ever sent off a graphic design proposal and never heard back, then I'm going to share what it was missing. In this video, I'll explain the 11 things that your proposal needs to have in 2025. Alright, let's kick things off with a critical element, the cover page. This isn't just a formality, it's your first chance to make a powerful impression. A well-designed cover page shows that you're professional and sets the tone for everything that follows. It's your potential client's first impression of you, so you want yours to really stand out. To do this, you'll want to start with a creative approach that goes beyond just dropping your information into a basic template. Try to design a cover page that reflects your style. Use eye-catching visuals, clean and strategic typography, and a color palette that feels true to your work. It doesn't have to be flashy, but it should feel like you put thought into it. Now that you've finished up your cover page, let's move on to the executive summary. This one's a big deal and deserves your time. Think of this as your elevator pitch, as it's the first chance that you get to reel your client in. Your summary should focus on 3 main points. First, what problem are they dealing with that you can help solve? 2, what's your plan to solve it? And lastly, what's the impact that you'll leave? You don't need to write a lot here. 2 or 3 short paragraphs is usually enough depending on how detailed the project is. The main thing here is to keep it relatively short, clear, and focused. Make it feel inspiring, but easy to follow. Let's move on and talk about the company overview. This part of the proposal is all about building credibility and where you'll give some background info on who you are and what you're about. Start by sharing a quick history of your business, mention a few key milestones, or how things have evolved over time. This helps build trust and shows that you know what you're doing. Then talk about your company's vision and mission. Keep it simple, but make sure it reflects your unique values and the kind of work that you aim to do. That gives the client a better feel for what drives you and if you'll be a good fit. Here's an example of what you might write in this section. It's short, but it gets the point across in a really effective way. From there, highlight your skills and your team's experience to really drive in what kind of expertise that you bring to the table. Next, list the specific services that you offer. Be clear so there's no confusion about what you can help with. After that, it's helpful to mention the type of audience or clients that you typically work with. This shows your understanding of the market and ability to tailor your services accordingly. Finally, include a few names or examples from your portfolio. Social proof goes a long way and it can help your proposal stand out from the rest. The fourth important element of any graphic design proposal is the talent behind the designs. This is where you'll want to introduce your team responsible for bringing the client's vision to life. Begin with clear photos of yourself and any team members that you're including, along with the names. Having faces attached to the proposal makes it feel more personal and real. Then, outline each person's role. Let the client know who they'll be working with at each stage of the project. This helps the client understand the workflow and who to contact for specific needs. It also doesn't hurt to include a short bio for each team member. Focus on a few sentences that covers things like education, relevant experience, and any standout projects or skills. Let's move on to one of the most important parts of your proposal, the portfolio. This is where your work will speak for itself and your chance to show the client exactly what you're capable of. Pull together a few of your best, most relevant projects. Try to focus on work that lines up with the client's industry, audience, or overall vibe. The more closely it matches what they're looking for, the stronger the connection. If you've won any awards or hold certifications, definitely include those here. That kind of recognition can really boost your credibility and show that you're not just experienced, but trusted in your field. And don't forget about testimonials. Positive feedback from past clients can go a long way in building trust. When you combine strong visuals with real results and good reviews, it's a pretty convincing package. Now in the next part of your proposal, you'll show your clients how your process works. This is where you'll walk them through your workflow. Clients want to see how you turn creative ideas into a clear, manageable path, so make sure you outline what they can expect. Include milestones, timelines, and a simple breakdown of how the project will move from start to finish. Take a look at this example from Black Bear Design. They laid out their roadmap in a clean, creative way, and it really helped communicate the process at a glance. And don't forget to include estimated timelines or completion dates. This helps clients get a sense of how long things will take, which plays a big role in their decision making. The deliverables section of your proposal is where you show the client exactly what they can expect. To break it down, deliverables usually fall into 4 main categories. First, internal, so what you submit to your team, and second, external, which is what you submit to the client. Third are the process deliverables, so intermediate outputs that move the project forward. And fourth is the final product where results meet goals. If you're not sure what to include here, you can list things like early design drafts or client onboarding checklists, budget or progress reports, project plans, or final files like logos or business cards or other print-ready graphics. Including a variety of these helps show the full scope of your work and makes your proposal feel complete. Now it's time for the fun stuff, project fees. Here you'll want to outline your scope of work, meaning summarizing which deliverables the project includes. Try and keep this part clear and specific to avoid any confusion. From there, you can break down the fees into two main areas, design documentation and project construction. Design documentation refers to the core design work, and it's usually something that you can charge at a fixed rate. Project construction covers anything related to building out the final product. This might involve digital and print production, coordination, or implementation, which can be billed hourly or through a monthly retainer, depending on the project or how you like to do things. After that, you'll want to explain any styling or refinement stages. When you're listing these kinds of fees, it helps to tie them to the outcome. For instance, instead of saying refinement cost is $500, you could say something like, this refinement stage helps make sure your brand's visuals are polished and consistent, which can lead to better engagement. It's also a good idea to include details about your ordering policies here, as well as any profit margins that apply and whether you offer trade discounts. This kind of transparency shows that you thought everything through, and it gives the client a better sense of how you work. To ensure smooth project management, the next section of your graphic design proposal should be schedule and timeline. This part covers when the project will begin, end, and the duration of each phase in between. It's a good idea to include a visual timeline or a simple breakdown of key milestones. That way, clients can see when to expect specific deliverables, and it helps give a clear picture of how the project will move forward. Now, this might seem like a no-brainer, but you'll want to make sure that the timelines that you set are realistic. Try to build in a bit of a buffer time in case something unexpected comes up in the project or even in the personal lives of yourself or your team. Don't forget to mention what you'll need from the client too. There's nothing worse than feeling ready to dive in or claiming you already have, then needing to backtrack because you don't have all the assets that you need from them. Keep things clean and clear from the get-go to avoid any miscommunication. Now, the pricing and terms design proposal is one of the most important when it comes to making sure that both sides know what they're giving and what they're getting in return. You'll want to start by outlining a few key things, like your payment terms, including any fees or delays or change requests. How you prefer to get paid, like direct deposit, PayPal, or if you want an old-fashioned check, it's up to you, and the terms for modifying the proposal. Keep the licensing info for any design assets and how changes to the proposal would be handled clear upfront in this section of your proposal too, which will just help you avoid any headaches later down the line. It's a good idea to include a brief statement that confirms both parties have agreed to the terms. Just a way to formalize your proposal by dotting the I's and crossing the T's. One last tip that can really boost your chances of landing that project that you're after: offer a few different pricing options. Giving clients a choice between different packages at different price points is a great way to allow them to pick what fits their budget while still getting the results they want. Alright, once the client has gone through your proposal, it's important to show them exactly what to do next. This is where the next step section comes in. You'll want to include things like general terms and conditions, how payments will work, and when the project can officially start. Keeping this clear encourages the clients to take action instead of hesitating. And to close the deal, always include a space for them to sign the proposal, along with simple instructions for sending the down payment. It might seem small, but having this step laid out can make the onboarding process a lot smoother for both of you. And there you have it, the 11 key elements to creating a solid graphic design proposal. If you use these tips, you'll be in a great position to create proposals that not only look professional, but actually help you land the job. If this video helped you out, go ahead and give a like, subscribe, and share it with other designers who might find it useful.